What's up, guys? How we doing? Got a video here for you today where we basically destroy an entire lobby. More on that later though. We're gonna start off this video with a nice match to ease you in, and then the next match is gonna be what you clicked for. So let's quickly bounce through this first game just to show you some Momo action because I know you guys are dying for it. I know you guys love it. Always that one guy in the comments, stop posting Momo gameplay. She's my main, dude. What do you want me to do? She's my main. I'm the #1 Momo. How can I not post Momo videos? So we're just gonna, shoot one out there. Again, you can skip ahead if you would like. You can skip ahead to the next match in this video to see the 19 team KO experience. But if you do want to be here for a little bit longer, you want to see some more Momo action, then feel free to stick around and enjoy this game. We get a lot of KOs in this one too. We get a lot of KOs in this one too. I was going to say something, but I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm trying to remember it now. Oh yeah, that was it. Let me know in the comments. When it comes to characters who are known for high KO matches, for example, Todoroki, Bakugo, All Might, characters like that, what do you think are numbers that are worthwhile of your time to click on when you see them on YouTube? For example, if you saw Bakugo gameplay, 5 KO game, you guys are not going to click that, right? Regardless of how good that dude is. Because Bakugo, 5 KOs for a very interesting game for him is on the low end of the spectrum. When it's being advertised as 5 KOs. Like, you can have 3 or 4 KOs as Bakugo in a game, but you might have played the top 10 player in the world or the top 30 player in the world, and it becomes a good match because you're playing really, really, really good people. So the KO number doesn't actually matter because you're facing great competition. Or it's like a super sweaty game in general, so there's not going to be a lot of KOs. But if the game for a Bakugo match is being, portrayed as the reason why you should click this is because I got a lot of KOs, and it was 5 KOs, you would know, or at least most of you I think would be saying, 5 KO Bakugo game, that doesn't sound very good. Bakugos of the crazy end can hit 7, 8, 9, 10 plus, So again, I go back to my question. When it comes to characters, exclusively off of how many KOs you got for a game, forget about the makeup of the game, what happens in it. Just let's go about with the KOs. What number do you think is worth clicking on for those characters of Bakugo, Todoroki, All Might, Endeavor, etc.? Those guys who you can expect to get high KOs. Now, my second part of that question is the exact same question, but with characters who aren't known for high KOs. Like Momo, Mr. Compress. Who else is a good one? Maybe Darby. Who's another one? You get the idea though, right? Characters who aren't really so much as, they ain't 10 KO people. They're there to support. Ibarra, another one. Ibarra, What KO numbers for them, those kind of characters, would you consider an amazing... Whoa, look how many shots I got off in that. Man, I didn't even remember that. Oh! Chaos! Yeah, what number of KOs for characters who aren't known for KOs, or you don't expect them to be KO heavy on their highlights? What number of KOs are you happy to see for those characters? Froppy is another example. Current Froppy. So yeah, if you saw a character like a Bakugo, etc., at what number, what minimum for you, when KOs are being portrayed as the main reason for you to click, what minimum number for you is the number that you're looking for KOs on like a thumbnail or a title? And for characters who aren't about that life, who aren't about 10 KO games or really 8 KO games normally, and again, I'm speaking generally, what number KOs, if you saw in a title or a thumbnail, would gather your interest on that character. For example, like, let's say Froppy. How many... Because Froppy ain't going to be getting 12 KOs, realistically, 99% of the time. But if you saw a Froppy X KO game, what number would that need to be? Or a Momo, or a Compress, what number would that need to be for you to go, oh, that's really high for that character? Where you would actually click solely on that information. Hopefully I haven't lost you guys. I think I explained it. I might have over-explained it, but I need to talk about something while I got this replay going on. So yeah, just let me know. What do you guys think about that? What would be your perspective on that? What would you click on? What numbers look good to you for certain characters? Or what's the minimum to gauge your interest? You know? Again, speaking exclusively on just the KO side of things, not going under the assumption that it was a wild game regardless of the KOs, or like a really high level game regardless of the KOs, where it's a bit of a different story. Five KOs on Momo, looking good. Look at that, 3 people watching and no one giving any likes. Scrooge. Scrooge. It always cracks me up. I know people are... I don't know why, because I don't see why it's so important. But I know there are some people out there playing the like Olympics. Because you got people who are... you know, like the most liked players in the game. And like, ain't no one know who these guys are. They ain't got no YouTube, no Twitch, no Twitter, no nothing. Ain't no one knows who these guys are. And they're sitting there with like 300,000 likes. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? It's super funny that. Who is this dude? Why does he have 1 billion likes when no one even knows who this guy is? You don't even see him in matches. Where are these coming from? But you know what it is? It's just, like I said, I think people engage in like thumbs up pyramid schemes in this game, some of them, to try and get at the top of the thumbs up leaderboard. Again, it's not a big deal. That's why I'm just joking about it. But I do find it kind of funny. Because, yeah, there are definitely like schemes, you know? There are definitely like schemes going on. But fair play to those guys, man. They're putting in their work. They're getting it done. So, props to them. If they're doing it, they're doing it. They're getting what they want out of it. Isn't it so funny how these guys basically put a whole apocalypse worth of projectiles on that person, and then one of my final swipes is what got the down? So hilarious. But you know, that's credit to me for keeping up with all of that, you know? The sliding and slipping within range to when it really mattered. You have to ask the question, would they have gotten that down without me? Of course they would, of course. Look at that, 8 KOs for Momo, we love it. Good times indeed. And now we can move on to the game that you really showed up for, the game that you really care about, the match that you clicked on this video for. And if you did stick through this match, thank you very much for enjoying this one too, and enjoy the next. What's up guys, and yes, you have probably seen the thumbnail or the title, whichever it may be. Hello Momo. This game, we absolutely slaughtered everyone. Anyone that had a pulse in this game was taken down by our team. So I'm not going to tell you how the split goes between the 3 of us, but yes, 19 players out of the 24 get leveled by our team alone. And considering we make up 3 of them, that's pretty much the whole lobby, really. Because if you have 24 players to start off with, take us out of it, that's 21. And we got 19 KOs in this match between the 3 of us. That is a big Momo thing, by the way, what you just saw there. When Momo misses her first 2 combo strikes and the enemy player is still within range, they kind of don't know or forget that her 3rd combo strike flies out of her hands and, you know, donks them on the head. And that Todoroki had no idea what was coming. Look at that Momo. Whenever a Momo hits me, I turn around and I just say, what do you think you're doing? Do you not know who I am? Do you not know who I am? Like, how could you possibly try it and do that? Where are your manners? I'll tell you what though, that Shigaraki there, he had quick reflexes because he took that first hit and then he was spamming that L1 button like, get me that dude's neck. And he got it. You know, he actually got it. Fair play to him. And of course this is ranked, just for those who may have been wondering. Man, that final combo hit there really did it for him. Togas scare me, man. I don't know, like that. They do and they don't. When I'm playing certain characters, Toga scares me a lot. When I'm playing other characters, Toga doesn't scare me. When I'm playing Momo, Toga doesn't scare me. I'm not trying to, like, you know, say, oh, Togas aren't good, or I'm not saying anything like that. I mean, just in general, as a matchup, Togas don't scare me when I'm Momo. But when I am someone else without stun, Toga does scare me. See, I could have gotten that that beta there, but I knew Colton here, he was in trouble by his health, so I knew going over to him was more important than getting my upgrade. But then when I came over, I realized he was fine, and he didn't actually need me. And then it was Arthemix who needed me, so I'm doing back and forth tug of war with myself, trying to split myself between the two of these while playing a character who has absolutely no movement whatsoever. So here I am, fighting my heart out in between both my teammates who are crazy low. Look at that, get that deep squat just to get pulverized. Watashi wa down! Because you see, look. She's not scary with her beta rush when you're Momo. It just doesn't scare you. And then if I got the shield as well, so not only do I have the hammer swipes, I've got the shield, so you know, by all means, go on a Blood Rage all you want, Toga. Go on a Blood Rage all you want. I am just gonna smash you across the face with my hammer. But like I said, when I'm playing like someone like, you know, who has no stun to stop that, and their mobility might not be great either, yeah, then it's a big problem. And you kinda don't wanna run into her. Do you know, that All Might must have been on like 1 health. That's the crazy thing for what just happened there. That All Might must have been on 1 health. And he got away. Look at that. Cheeky All Might. He even took my, he took my alpha there. And I don't think he realized it because he didn't give it back. Even after I gave him 2 cards and a bunch of potions, he was like, you know what, I'm going to take the alpha as well. But thankfully, Colton here dropped me 1. This is like the worst what you can ever be sometimes when you're a Momo. If you're somewhere down below, and there's a Deku, a Bakugo, Todoroki, etc. somewhere up high, and you have enough distance between you and them where they can just like pop you without you getting near them, it's very bad space for a Momo to be. So you kind of have to get out of those places immediately, or really commit to getting to as close to them as possible without them doing a lot of damage to you by that point. By the way, some of you might be saying, how do you know how many KOs you got between the 3 of you? You go by Colton's final KO count, my final KO count, and it doesn't show Arthemix, except like halfway through. It might have happened already. I don't think Arthemix is going to get another KO for the rest of the match, but he has 2. So if you go back, you'll look in the top left and you'll see somewhere sooner or later that it will say he got his 2nd knockout. So Arthemix has 2 knockouts right now, and I don't think he gets another one. And please don't take that as him not doing work. He does work this game. You know, he does work this game. He gets in the weeds. I was about to say he gets his knees dirty, but I thought, man, that sounds kind of weird. That's a weird way to put it. He wasn't working that hard in that way. But he's down on his knees right now, coincidentally. Poor guy. Oh look, he showed it up again in the top left when he was KO'd here. He has a 2 next to his name. So yeah, he has 2 KOs. That'll make the ballsy play here. Go outside into the open. Knowing all that chaos has gone over there. And I run right into this Todoroki. Yeah, look at that. I ain't scared of you, boy. With a Todoroki, a good tip, regardless if you're playing Momo or someone else, a good tip for dealing with Todorokis is if you haven't seen him do an ice move for a while, expect one to come out right in front of him at any point. So, you saw the way there, I jumped like in front of him and then I went around to the side and I dodged his ice before he even did it. Because I was thinking, this dude's probably got another ice move coming. And he did. You know, just always work under the assumption that Todoroki has an ice move in his pocket. Because if you always have that assumption, you'll, in theory, always have a better chance of being able to quickly react or preemptively dodge an ice slide or an ice wall. And for you Momo players out there, like I said, this guy was tricky when I tried to hit him. You know, he wanted to do all the cha-cha real smooth and do all that stuff. And I was thinking, okay, then you want to do that? I'll do that as well. And then when I was going towards him with my shield, if you go back and check, you'll see that, you know, I kind of did some little shimmies kind of to throw him off because then he doesn't know if I'm going left or if I'm going right. So then when he commits to a dive, I can just punish him for it. Not always going to work, but you can get, you know, relatively lucky with it. So Colton's on 7 KOs now, I'm on 5. I'm telling you, man, we was brutalizing this lobby. Always getting in there. Use that cover to perfection to get away from the Endeavor. Because he was on my case a few seconds ago. Do you guys think Endeavor's beam should do that red glare? Because I mean, I don't think other moves give that red glare. Not to my. There must be. I'm sure there's another move out there that gives a red glare before it comes out. I'm sure there is, but I don't know, man. It just gives you so much time to dodge that before he does it. Like you really need to be dumbfounded by something else happening at the time for you to not see that big red cone and then just decide to just walk out of its direction, like I just did earlier on to get away from it when he tried it on me. And it sucks as well because, you know, I did not know it was happening. He had a good angle on me. He worked for that prominence burn, but then the game just sold him. It's like, hey Momo, did you know what he's about to try and do to you? And I'm like, no. And you know, and then I got out of the way of it. So I kind of feel for Endeavors on that front. I don't know. Do you guys think the game should, you know, like bait them out? Like, hey bruh, you're about to get hit by a prominence burn if you don't move. I don't know. There's not a, again, off the top of my head, I could be wrong, but off the top of my head, there's not many other moves in the game where it says, you know, hey bro, here's a big red indicator to let you know that you're about to get screwed in the next 2 seconds if you don't move. Everything else just hits you. But I'm not an Endeavor main, so it's not my business. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And there you have it. 7 KOs from me. 2 KOs from Arthemix. That's 9. I wasn't taking that long to do 2 plus 7. I was just thinking about something else. And then 10 from Colton. So, yep, 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 10. 19. 19 KOs for the lobby. And we are a team of 3. We basically did the entire lobby. We basically did the entire lobby. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that higher level ranked play. Absolute devastation of the highest order. You would have thought Shigaraki put both his hands on that lobby. But no, it was a Mount Lady an All Might, and a Momo. So hopefully you guys took some stuff from that, maybe some tips, maybe you enjoyed the commentary alone, maybe you didn't enjoy any of it and you regret watching this video. I'm sorry about that if that's the case. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. It was a fun one to go back and check that game out. And yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys on the next one.